And my grandma told me some stories when I was small, probably about his age. How old are you?
6.
6? Yeah.
I'm 6.
You 6?
I'm 7.
I was 6, but I was never a little girl. Or was I?
I know you're a little boy.
I was, yes. So, when I was a little guy, my grandma told me stories. Does your grandma ever tell you scary stories?
No.
Ever?
They're not safe.
Never? Does anybody hear scary
no,
stories?
my grandma never told me any scary stories.
Anybody's grandma tell you scary stories?
Mine did.
Smack David.
Who?
My grandma, I think my grandma Nancy and Charlie told me scary stories.
What did she say?
Oh, she talked about just like not being out late at night as a child, not making noise, out in the dark, and talked about covering her windows. When the time came, you have to cover our windows and not look outside and stuff like that. So a lot of different things.
Yeah. They weren't stories that you saw on TV. These were real stories. My grandma told me to never go play in the swamp. When I was a kid, she said, stay away from the swamp. I said, why? She said, it'll eat you up. It'll swallow you whole. And when your brother tries to save you, it'll swallow him too.
Why?
Because you don't know how deep those swamps are. It'll just grab you and swallow you. It'll be gone. And the other stories she told me about an otter that would transform and turn into a person and steal you. When I was a kid, she told me, beware of this transforming otter. But a lot of stories were to keep kids safe at night. When I was, how old are you? 31. Back home, there's a group of people, about 30, 20, 31, around there. They've seen this great big, it looks like kind of like an eagle, but it's not. Its wings are about as wide as this room. And it hovers above the ground, like its feet hover above the ground. It doesn't flap its wings. Everybody that saw it said his eyes are like fire. There's flames coming out of his eyes and smoke coming out of his nose. But it only comes out when young people, how old are you? 17?
38.
When people aren't supposed to be out, they're doing stuff that they're not supposed to. But this beast floats in the air and it tells you to get home. You know why? Because there's real beasts out there. Anybody hear about Wendigo? Anybody hear about Wendigo? You guys heard about Wendigo?
Oh yeah. Oh, Until Dawn.
Huh?
Until Dawn. They're actually on Until Dawn, right? Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
No, I know what they look like. They have like no skin. They're just skin, and then they have big teeth, and they look like a human, but it's like a creature or something. It's like a.
What are they known for?
Eating people. Yeah.
What have you heard? What have you heard?
I hadn't heard of a Wendigo. I wasn't told about it.
Pay attention, guys. Listen. So today, I'm going to be your grandma. I'm going to tell you a story. The Wendigo is a beast that it's a forest beast. It's a land beast. But if you don't look after each other and you disrespect it, it will come. And it's known for taking young people.
And it like, it doesn't get called and there's like a bunch of them. Like,
If it's a TV show or
no, it's
game,
like it's about a Wendigo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I was in a ceremony once, and they told us to make an offering because the Wendigos were coming. And we all made an offering. Because if you talk about the Wendigo and you don't make an offering, he'll come and get mad. He'll hurt you. He'll
So we're
wreck your
making an
stuff.
offering?
So well, every time I tell a story, I make an offering.
where's
Just,
the offering?
I got some coins right here. I told him,
Oh.
it doesn't matter what happens to it now, but that's my offering because when I talk about the Wendigo,
So that's why they got it.
I don't want him to get pissed off at me, right? I don't want him to get mad at me. I'm not answering any more of your questions.
But it's no like the Wendigo, like when they talk about they didn't make an offering. Like actually. I don't know. It's Stop it.
That ceremony I was in, we had a horse ceremony like 5 minutes before, and there was a fresh pile of horse poop.
Oh.
And the Wendigo picked up that horse poop, and he walked right up to me. He walked right up and looked in my face like this, and he waited. He wanted me to get scared. And all I did, I said, I looked at the tree and I prayed and I said, okay, I'm focused. And because I didn't get scared, I went over to the next person. And the next person got scared. And he rubbed that poop in his face. And they throw stuff everywhere. They'll take your stuff and they'll throw it everywhere. But this story is about a little village back in the day that they forgot to pay respect to the Wendigo. And they let their kids do stuff like play at night and do things they shouldn't do. So the Wendigo started coming and he started taking young people. And one story I heard was the Wendigo took 2 people and he tied one up and he was eating the other one, tearing them apart and eating them. And the other warrior, the young man, he prayed. He says, Creator, send help. And the Weasel came and chewed his ropes off. And while the Wendigo was eating the other one, that one guy, he escaped and went home. But this story is about a Wendigo that visits a community again and again. And nights like tonight or tomorrow, he comes at night. And the medicine man, the people said, we need to stop him. So the medicine man went out to the woods and he says, how do we stop this beast? And he got an answer. And the answer came to him and he said, I'll give you some special weapons. He came back and he said, I need one of your warriors to face this beast. I need one of your warriors to face this beast, and I'll give him special weapons. Because he's a spirit beast, our weapons won't touch him. So he made this magic tomahawk and a magic spear that would hurt the Wendigo spirit. And the medicine man told the warrior, he said, you're allowed to go to the woods and ask one animal to help you. And the warrior went out to the bush and he looked for grizzly bear. The grizzly bear is the biggest animal in the forest. He's the king of the forest. And he asked Grizzly, he says, I have to fight this Wendigo beast. Can you help me? And Grizzly said no. And the warrior says, why not? Grizzly bear told him, one of our people tried to fight him last year and he got torn to shreds. We're powerless against this beast. So the warrior went to the wolf next, the next biggest animal in the forest. He says, can you help me fight this beast? And wolf said no. He says, why not? The wolf said, our strength is in numbers and we always fight in the pack. I can't fight one-on-one. And the medicine man said, you can only ask one. Because if you ask for more than one, the beast will double and his power will double and you will surely lose. So the warrior asked different animals to help him fight this beast. And all the animals said no. So the warrior said to himself, he says, okay, I have to face this beast alone. And he said his prayers he said he asked for strength and courage, and he went out to face this beast alone. And when it started getting dark, he walked out in the field and he waited. The village was behind him, and he stayed there and he said, I'm going to protect my people. I'm going to lay my life down if I need to stop this beast. And the beast came, and he was big. He was 15 feet tall. His arms were like 10 feet long. And the warrior was a little scared. He was scared, but he said, okay, I'm going to protect my sister and my grandmother and my niece, my little cousins. So he fought that beast. That beast came, and the beast struck at him, and he blocked with his spear, and he poked with his spear, and he chopped. He blocked and he chopped, and the battle went on for like an hour. You ever been in a fight?
No.
An hour's a long time to fight. That warrior started getting tired, and he started getting scared because the beast felt like it was getting stronger. The darker it got, the stronger this beast got. And the warrior's like, he asks again, he says, Creator, can you help me? And out of the corner of his eye, the warrior saw this little thing running across the field. And he says, what is that? Hey, it's Weasel. I didn't even ask Weasel because he's way too small. The warrior says, get out of here, Weasel, you're too small. But the Weasel ran right up to the beast, ran up his foot, ran around his leg, around his body, around his neck, disappeared into his mouth. Weasel disappeared right into the beast's mouth. And the warrior was surprised, and he continued to fight. And as he fought, the beast stumbled, and it got like he was getting weaker. He says, doesn't even look like I'm hurting him, but it looks like he's weak. And that gave the warrior strength, so he fought harder, and he poked the beast in the stomach, and the beast stumbled, and he chopped his neck, and the beast fell to the ground. And he made sure he was dead. He made sure that beast was dead. Then he remembered Weasel ran into his mouth. So the warrior takes the beast, and he chops his head off. His head was huge. He chops his neck, he chops his head right off. And he reaches right inside the beast, into the Wendigo's neck. And he reaches inside, and he reaches way down deep inside, and he finds it, and he's like, it's Weasel. He found Weasel in there, you could tell. But Weasel's all covered with dark, because that Wendigo spirit is black and is dark, and
That's a
even
song.
his heart is dark.
That's a song.
That's sad. So the warrior took the beast back to the medicine man and said, we defeated the beast, and Weasel helped me, but I think he's dead. So the medicine man, he took Weasel, he says, give him to me. And he brushed him off, and he used his magic. He called the spirit, he called the Creator to help. And as he was brushing him off, he was brushing that blackness off. And he was praying and asking the Creator to help Weasel, because Weasel helped save the village. So the medicine man was brushing the blackness off and brushing him off. And when he finished brushing him off, Weasel came out shiny white. When he went in, he was brown like this. And when he brushed him off, he came out shiny white. And he breathed on him. And Weasel came back to life. And the medicine man said, thank you to Weasel. It's not a sock now. And the medicine man said, as a thank you for helping save our community, we'll give you the power to go anywhere in the world. If you go up to the north on the ice, you'll find Weasel. If you go to the desert, Weasel lives there too. If you go to the ocean, Weasel lives there too. Weasel lives in the forest. He lives everywhere. And that was his gift for helping. But when he brushed him off, he used magic, and that's why he turned white. But that little piece on the end stayed dark because he was pinching him right there. But if you notice, some of the chiefs, when they wear their regalia, they wear weasel on their headdress. And that's a sign of protection, because this chief is designated to protect and look after his people. And he always asks the weasel to help him now. Doesn't matter how big you are or how small you are. The weasel helps save our people. See him? These are kind of some of the pictures I have of Wendigo. And in the pictures, you see this one here is the Wendigo watching and waiting. He looks at the community and he watches and he waits. What does he wait for? He waits for kids to go out at night and be alone. This one here is of a battle of a man saving his wife from the Wendigo. This one here is a woman, a young lady, fighting the Wendigo by herself.
Is that the beast?
Hey?
That's a beast.
Yeah, that's what he looks like sometimes. He looks like different things. Yeah. Here's one. He's visiting a little child. Probably 6 years old. See that guy? This kid feels like she's alone in the world. She's sad. And the Wendigo picks up people that are alone and sad. This one here, he's a little bit older. Probably, how old would you say he was right here? Huh?
Yeah.
Teenager?
That's not how they look. They're like skinny. Well, it's out.
Yeah. This one is people that lost their battle with the Wendigo. See this one is an older boy. And the Wendigo is sneaking up on him, telling him, see. And this one, these are people that fought Wendigo but lost.
We're going to make you guys set up. I'm the reporter.
You got older kids here. The Wendigo is represented as a natural beast, and he is. But he'll take the form of drugs and alcohol. He'll sneak up on you and he'll convince you to use drugs and alcohol. And that's one of the things that you know? Did you see the weasel?
What do you guys think? Inside?